This lesson is on simplifying expressions part 2. So we're going to look at more simplifying expressions, ones that are more difficult. First of all, let's kind of review. Like terms are terms whose variables and exponents are the same. In other words, terms that are like each other. So let's list some like terms. Well, if you had a 3x, because your variable is an x and the exponent is a 1, then another like term would be 5x, or maybe a negative 2x. And if you have just integers, let's say I had 2, well, negative 2 would be like. 4 would be a like term. Any integer would be a like. Okay? We could also have a 3x squared or a negative 2x squared. Those are like terms because they both have an x squared. Okay? Let's list some terms that are not like terms. Well, a 2x would not be like a negative 3. And also, negative 3x squared would not be like 3x. Because if you notice, even though they both have a variable of x, their exponents are not the same. This one has an x squared, but this one just has an x. So those are not alike. So when you're simplifying expressions, you are doing what we call combining like terms. And a lot of the times I will call that CLT, combining like terms. It's when you can simplify an expression by adding or subtracting like terms. So let's look at a couple of examples. We have 8 times 3x minus 1 plus 7. So if you notice, we have got to distribute this 8 into the parentheses. Well, 8 times 3x would give us a 24x. And then 8 times a negative 1, because this is considered a negative 1 when you have a minus there. So 8 times negative 1 would be a minus 8. And then we're going to bring down our plus 7. Well, now let's look for like terms. The 24x does not have a like term, so we're just going to keep that. But the negative 8 plus 7, those are both integers, and so we're going to add those together. Negative 8 plus 7 gives us minus 1, or a negative 1. So here is our simplified expression. Okay, let's move on to the next one. 12 minus 7x minus 3. Well, when we have this minus out front of the parentheses, we're going to remember that this is assumed to be a negative 1 out front. So that negative 1 is going to have to get distributed inside the parentheses. We're going to bring down the 12. We're going to multiply everything by that negative 1. So negative 1 times a positive 7x is a minus 7x. And then negative 1 times a negative 3, negative times negative is positive, and 1 times 3 is 3. And now we're going to look for like terms. Well, the negative 7x doesn't have anything alike, so we're just going to write that down. But the 12 and the positive 3, those are alike. Well, 12 plus 3 gives us 15, so we're going to put plus 15. And now it is simplified. Let's look at example 3. We have negative 4x minus 3 times the 7x plus 1, and then plus 8. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to distribute the negative 3. We're going to multiply that through this parenthesis. So let's go ahead and bring down the negative 4x. Let's multiply negative 3 times 7x, which gives you a minus 21x. And then negative 3 times positive 1 is a minus 3. And then we're going to bring down our plus 8. Okay, so we have a negative 4x minus 21x. That's going to give us a negative 25x. We also have a negative 3 plus 8, and that's going to give us a plus 5. So now we have it simplified. These are not like terms anymore, so we can't go any further. Let's look at example 4. 8 minus the 2x plus 3 minus 7x. So remember, the minus 2x plus 3, you have a negative 1 out front, so you're going to have to distribute that through. So we're going to bring down our 8. We're going to multiply negative 1 times 2x, which gives us a negative 2x, a negative 1 times a positive 3, which gives you negative 3, and then minus 7x. Let's underline what we have in common. So we have a negative 2x and a negative 7x. Negative 2x plus a negative 7x gives us negative 9x. Because remember, when you have same signs, you just add them together and keep the sign. And then we have the 8 minus 3. 8 minus 3 is 5, and it's going to be a positive 5, so we're going to put plus 5. And now that is simplified. Okay guys, hopefully this gives you a little more practice with these simplifying expressions. Complete your whisk, come to class ready to work.